Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another podcast of Love Your Vibe. I am your host, Sean Grant. Hope you guys are fantastic today. It is truly exciting because we are embarking upon Election Day. Or actually not embarking, we're here today for what will be the breaking news of who becomes our new president. But you know what? That's a whole nother story in itself. Let's just get right into our topic. And our topic or subject today is action versus inspired action. All right. Action versus inspired action. And so there is a monumental difference with both of these. And so for the longest time, and I feel like what's great about life is life allows you to make mistakes and to see things clearly and to truly understand when you're seeking things for spiritual edification and you truly understand or you truly want to know the truth, I guess you can say, about whatever it is that you're encountering. Life will sometimes allow you to make mistakes, will allow you to step back, reflect, take a look at those mistakes, and find out what is truly the correct, solution that is in highest alignment for your greater good. And this is something that intrigues me every single day with spirituality, and it's something that it's a huge reason as to why I'm so passionate about it. So when we talk about action, what I want to do today on this podcast, I want to distinguish action versus inspired action. So I'm going to start with action first. And when we look around, we look at life, we look at what's in the media, we look at our families, we look at our parents, whoever it may be. And a lot of times the whole concept is about grinding. You know, you listen to music and especially hip hop, and it's about the grind. It's about the struggle. It's about, doing whatever you got to do to make your dreams come true. And we get so caught up in thinking that this is the way to make things happen. This is the way to make success manifest itself. And I've come to realize that we have it all wrong. People in general, and I can be considered as one of these people because I've been there before, are obsessed or get obsessed with being busy, get obsessed with having to have their schedule filled with things to make them feel like, they're doing something, make them feel like they're moving towards something. Now, I always like to repeat certain stuff on podcasts. And if you've listened previously, you've heard me say that we are human beings, not human doings. Okay? Now, it may be a little bit of a trip for your ego to get over this whole concept and truth. But the truth of the matter is you're a human being, which means that the majority of your time you should be being, not doing. All right. But we live in such a world that puts so much emphasis on doing that we get to a point where sometimes we do busy work that absolutely has no correlation to anything as it relates to the true purpose of what we're trying to achieve. And the true purpose of what we're trying to achieve is happiness, right? And people look for happiness in things. People look for happiness in tasks. People look for happiness in projects when all you have to do is look for happiness within yourself, okay? This is action. Oftentimes, plain action is just wasted movement. This is why we get so tired. This is why we can't make it throughout the day without grabbing some kind of stimulant to help us to have more energy because we're consistently doing busy work. And it's everybody. Nobody is separate from this. At some point in time, everybody was at this place in their life and they got to a point to where they decided, man, you know what? I am completely fed up. I'm working my ass off. I am doing everything I can and I'm tired. I'm not happy. I have nothing to show for this. There's something missing here. And this was at the point where my life began to transform. Here's what I realized. If I'm not inspired to do it, if my intuition is not urging me to get this done, then I'm not going to do it. No matter what happens on the outside, no matter what somebody tells me, if I do not feel inspired means if it does not resonate with me at a divine level that has that spiritual urgency that it needs to be done now. That is a cue for me to work on my vibration. That is a cue for me to focus on being at peace, to focus on being happy and observant of all the things that are happening around me. All right? And here is something that I've learned. It's one of those divine downloads that I talk about. I learned that oftentimes when there's a lack of inspired action, that is a spiritual cue, a divine cue to take pleasure and to be thankful and grateful for all the things that are in my life right now. That is what that comes down to. It is a time for me to step back and just to resonate with my higher power, to come into vibration with the universe, not to think to myself, okay, let me do this, let me do that, let me be the first one to get this done, let me be on top of this, let me do, right? No, it's not that at all. There should always be purpose. There should always be inspiration behind whatever it is that you do. And I can tell you, if you're a lot like me, I look lazy as hell to so many people because they don't understand that when I take action, I take inspired action. There is always purpose behind everything that I do. I'm not just going to up and do something, especially if it doesn't feel right. And it's definitely hard to understand. But once you grasp the concept, the deeper resonance of this truth, you will completely get where I'm coming from. And more importantly, you will be happier. You will have more energy. You will find that you're vibrating at a higher level, which means that you will attract and manifest things that you desire. And it doesn't come from back-breaking, slave-driving, mind-blowing, not in a good sense, hard work. That is not, I hate when people tell you, if you want to be successful, you got to grind. You got to stay up late. You got to be up earlier than anybody else. You got to do this. You got to do that. No, do not listen to that, because what all that does is that kills your physical body. And how can you be successful if physically you aren't healthy? You don't have to stay up till 4 a.m. That the media and just society has become obsessed with always having to grind, always having to get the upper hand. You're not in a competition. There's no such thing as competition in this universe. The universe is so abundant that if we act creatively, there's enough money to go around to make every single person on this earth a billionaire. And think about that. Not a millionaire, not a multi-millionaire, but a billionaire. And probably even more so, like it's infinite. There's no cap to anything of what it is. So you're not here to compete. You're here to tap into your divine purpose, your divine capacity for being the very best that you can be while giving your gifts to the earth. And it comes from inspired action. And trust me on this. I'm going to say it again, guys. When your action is not inspired, when there's not an intuitive nudge that is time for you to work your vibration. You must work your vibration. Continually work your vibration. Get into peace. Meditate for 10 minutes. Focus on breathing. Step out into nature. Go to the beach. Go to the water. Spend time by yourself. Watch something that makes you laugh. Watch something that makes you feel good inside, that makes you cry. Feed your soul these things that make you feel greater on the inside. Do not feel like you have to fall into the place of finding something to do, because all it is mindless activity that is going to zap your energy. It's going to make you tired, and it's going to make you stressed out. Here's another thing, another misconception. I got a little bit of time left. I want to just make sure I touch on these things. You should not at any time feel like you're about to die, feel like you're about to pass out, feel like you're super tired with anything that requires inspired action. Okay? Like I said, here's another thing. It may go right over your head, but trust me on this. You should never be tired. And you know why? Because inspired action is directly correlated to enthusiasm, and enthusiasm means with God. It means God powered, God enhanced, which means that your energy is infinite. You don't feel tired after it's over. You don't feel exhausted. You don't feel like you're going to pass out because everything you did is just all for naught. You see where I'm going with this? It's important, so important, guys. You saved yourself so much energy. I've been studying this for a long time, and I've finally come to the conclusion of what works and what doesn't. But you saved yourself so much energy and so much just time by not focusing on getting stuff done. Doing. So I had the morning off, didn't have any clients today. So the first thing, most exciting thing I look forward to doing first, because it helps my day completely in so many ways, is I go to the beach and I just connect and I just be. I relax. I allow God to speak to me. I allow divine downloads to come in. I observe the water. I observe my entire environment, and I just be. And I feel like I get so much done because I'm in tune with my higher self to know that if anything, if I get any nudge, any subtle changes in the energy that tell me to move in a certain direction, I know without a shadow of a doubt I can do that on point without any problem. And it's all because I connect to spirit first, and I connect to spirit throughout the day. So I'm not doing stuff, right, that basically leaves me tired, leaves me missing out on the valuable, precious time that I can only get once. So there's so many things, so many entities involved with this when it comes down to discerning action from inspired action, but it is completely worth it at the end of the day. Here's something else, and I'm running out of time here, but I just want to make sure you guys get this concept. There will be times where you feel like there's something you need to get done, and it needs to be done fast, but your intuition, God, the universe, whoever it is, will keep you waiting before you get the opportunity to do something in regards to that. It will wait for a later time, and you'll find out that it works out so much greater because you listen to your intuition as opposed to you using your logic and thinking that you have to get it done now. Okay? That's just a part of patience. That's how it works. That becomes the thing of beauty because you want to do stuff at the right time. You want to do stuff at the time when you feel like it's going to be most optimal for you and for everybody involved. And how you do that is by listening to your intuition and receiving that divine nudge, that intuitive nudge to get the inspired action going, guys. I am out of time, but thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, inspired action is what you want. In the meantime, focus on that vibration, focus on feeling good, focus on doing what makes you happy. But know you're a human being, not a human doing. Don't get caught up in busy work. Don't wear yourself out. You deserve to be energetic, happy, and just vibrant throughout the day because you're living for inspired action and living through the divine. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. It is an absolute pleasure. Look forward to talking to you soon. Take care. Have a good one.